Hey guys, this is Carlos with LifeMonarchs, and I'm here today to talk about the Epic 4G. This is the review for the Epic 4G, excuse me, for Sprint. Um, let's go ahead and get right down to some of the basics right here. Let's go to the applications. Now, um, it's laid out pretty nice. What I do like about it is you can edit it. So let's go from, I'm sorry, okay, menu. You can edit, you can move all them, little apps around, and so forth, Another cool thing about this phone is if you want to move some of the apps, if you want to, edit these any of these applications from the dock, simply just put, edit, and you can just move it around. So let's see, contacts is on the other side instead of rather messages usually on this side, but I just switched it. Or you can just pull it up and switch it with something else. But I'm not gonna get into that. Just basically just letting you guys know. Another cool thing about it is they have these nice Samsung widgets. This is a feeds and update. Basically, you just tap it. You can add your Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter account. And you also have your AccuWeather clock. It's pretty nice. You have your date right there, and you select your city. That's YouTube. What happened? Okay. Select your city, and use the refresh button. And you also have your buddies now. So basically, anyone in your contacts that you want to add here, just if you have any favorites, you put them here. It'll show their pictures, and it'll be like a kiosk. So you just roll over, and on the right side here will be a call button or text. Just pretty nice, those are the plus. That's the plus side of this phone. For me, the negative would be bloatware. As you can see here, you have your Sprint TV, and I like Sprint TV, but like when I get a phone, I want to be able to download all my apps right off the bat. I don't want any bloatware on it. So Sprint TV is right here right off the bat. And as you go down, you have your Sprint football, NASCAR. You have your navigation, which is all right, but I always had problems with navigation with my previous Android phone, which was a Samsung moment. You got your Sprint zone. You got your Sprint ID. It's too much. I'm not a fan of it. This is a really pet peeve of mine. The menu, the way its style is, it looks just like an iPhone. It's blocked up. You see, it's like a big square. I'm not a fan of it. Samsung, if I wanted an iPhone, I would have bought it, but this is Samsung, this is Android, excuse me, so I want an Android phone. Quick comparison real quick. Let me just refer to my Nexus S 4G. What I'm talking about is, here's a menu. You see it's not blocked up compared to like that, you see? You just show the icons. The icons on the Epic 4G, are there, but then, right there, you have right behind the icon these little squares. Not a big fan of it. And you scroll to the side, it's not, it's like an iPhone imitator. I just not a big fan of it. Other than that, I would say, that's just pretty much all the negatives for me, personally. I don't know about you guys, but, it's for me. Another cool thing I didn't mention was when you scroll down to the notification bar, you have your 4G button. Unlike the, most other phones, for instance, the Nexus 4G, it doesn't have that. You have to actually go into the menu, settings, and then wireless connections, and then into 4G settings. This one is right there. I really miss that, but I can live without it, Let me see if there's anything else here. Let's check out any more widgets specifically for Samsung. So again, they got the buddies now. You have your AccuWeather clock. Facebook's there, but if you want to use Samsung's little version, feeds and updates, I think that would be a better choice. It's much more cleaner. News and weather is Google. Other than that, you got Sprint. It's just too much bloatware again, but it's okay. it serves its purpose very well. Um, the 4G speeds on this phone. Unfortunately, I cannot display that because this phone is disconnected. However, it's similar to the Nexus S 4G speed. Fast. Sprint network. Again, it does run on the on Sprint's EVDL Rev 8 network, and that's pretty much it. Contacts. I don't have any contacts here. I wiped out the memory for I'm not using it anymore. So you go to groups. You have groups. You have activities. Activities is pretty nice. If you have your Facebook account synced onto this phone, it'll show their comments and posts and all that stuff. Groups is just basically you have special type of people. Categories: work, friends, family. You can assign one. You can make one up. Contacts is pretty cool. One thing I like about this phone, another thing, is basically when you're in the contacts, you have your friend's name, like let's say, for example, Joe. If you swipe right, I believe you'll go for a call. If you swipe left, it'll be a text. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a pretty nice feature. Neat feature for this phone. Pretty cool. Your call. I'm not a big fan of it. It looks kind of plain to me, it does its job, done, it does it really well, but just I don't know. I'm not a big fan. You do have your logs. You have a whole list of people who called you recently. You have your favorites, contacts. Again, it reverts right back to what I just showed you before. I think that's pretty much it. And calendar. Little thing that kind of irked me about it was when you set up something, an appointment or a reminder, it automatically defaulted to my calendar. I don't like that. Once you have your Google account set up, you can, post it to your Google calendar, but it's not defaulted to that. It's defaulted to my calendar because this is a Samsung carrier phone. So don't like that. That kind of, that's a negative aspect for me right there. You just tap your event, you write it down, date and time. Here's what I'm talking about. You click there, and on the bottom will be Google Calendar. You go further down, you have your alarm. You set up what kind of alarm you want, how long you want it. How long, if you want it to repeat once or more than once. In the description. One more thing. Back to messaging. Let's get. Oh, well, excuse me. Going to messaging. Let's say I want to write something here. Nice thing about this phone, of course, is not only is it 4G, but it's also a slide-out keyboard. Big fan of big keyboards that are 5 rows. I like that. That's pretty cool. This phone, however, for some reason, it lags. This is the first time I ever had a keyboard phone which lags. It's really kind of weird. I know most of them lag, but not like this. Let's say, hey, I'm going to the store, right? Actually, it did pretty well. But, after a while, the more you use it, the more it becomes evident that, it starts lagging. I've always had a problem with that. It's a 5-row keyboard. It's pretty nice. Also, a cool thing about it is, you have your shortcuts here, your menu. You have your back button, your search. Here's your menu. On the bottom, you have right here, your back button. On the far right, you have your home and your search. So you don't have to go up to here, these little buttons up here. You could just right from the keyboard, which is pretty cool. Samsung did a great job with the keyboard. However, it lags. For me, my experience, it was kind of weird for me. Overall, I would give this phone a 7 out of 10. Simply because the keyboard was an issue. The messaging was pretty good. It's not the message that was the issue. Actually, it force closed a lot. When I went on the internet, I noticed that it would vibrate twice, and then a message would pop up and says force close. So I'm not sure what what was the deal with that, but that actually happened. Calls dropped a lot with this phone. Well, it never dropped. It's just like it's funny when you call someone, um, or if whether you call someone or they call you, and like someone says hello, they pick up the phone and you're talking, they'll just keep saying hello, hello, are you there? They won't hear you. That was really funny with this phone. I'm not sure what was going on with this phone, but um, I don't know. That was really weird. Um, well, a little cool thing also is a little LED notification light. So if you do get a message, it would light up red, which is pretty cool. So if you're a big fan of that, there you go. This phone has it. Um, I mean, other than that, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover with this phone. It's just cut and dry. It's a Android phone. However, it's a carrier phone. So if you really want a pure Android phone, this might not be for you. But if you don't care, hey, it might be for you. So again, thanks guys for watching. This is Carlos once again with Like Monarchs, and much more to come ahead with some more reviews.